I'm a student at U of T, and I'm also the founder of MUA Central. Can I just all say that you ladies all look so beautiful today, and everyone looks absolutely gorgeous. But can we just all admit that there's been a time in our lives when we have not felt very beautiful? Is that true?
Yes.
Yes.
There's been a time where we just stood in the mirror and we're like, "Ugh, I need to lose this, I need to lose this, I need to change something, I need to do that." But honestly, ladies, like, we don't need to do that. We're all absolutely beautiful in every single possible way. So, so what I'm here to do today, I'm here to shed light on how you can define your own beauty as a woman, on how you can, you don't need to comply to the standardized requirements of how to be a beautiful woman. So, what is a beautiful woman? According to imperialistic, westernized requirements, a beautiful woman has to be tall, she has to be slim fit, she has to be fair in complexion, she has to have long, silky hair, and she has to have beautiful colored eyes that apparently make her look exotic. Myself and many others in the world do not fit in that category. So does that mean that we're not beautiful? All right, so of course, I'm gonna share like a childhood story that would really help illustrate how I came about differentiating what a pretty woman is from a beautiful woman. So growing up, I went to a French school. I wanted to be a lot of things in life. Like when I was younger, I wanted to be a doctor. There was a time I wanted to be a businesswoman. I probably also wanted to be an astronaut. But above all, my biggest aspiration in life when I was younger was to be a beautiful woman. And I don't understand till today why I wanted to be a beautiful woman, but that's just what I wanted to be growing up. As I said, I was in a French school, meaning that I was one of many nationalities, but there were mostly French people in my school, as well as a lot of other European nationalities. So my friends were all what I thought beautiful was. Although they are absolutely beautiful, that is what I thought beauty was. Just they had beautiful long hair, they had amazing, beautiful eyes, they were slim, they were fair in complexion. Even if they tan, they even look better when they tan. Like, I don't understand, you know? But I thought I was ugly. I was not fair in complexion. I was really dark. I was a chunky baby. I was a chunky child. I have really dark eyes, and I'm not tall. I'm 5'2". So I thought I was ugly, and of course that really affected me as a child. I was very insecure, I was very unhappy with myself. I was always scared to talk to anyone. Looking at the cartoons and the Disney stories that I used to look at and read, all of them did not look like me. All of the Disney stories had beautiful, young, fair in complexion, long hair, colored-eyed girls, and I just couldn't relate to that. More so, I used to play with Barbie dolls until I was probably like, I'm not gonna disclose the age, but yes, my Barbie dolls were really, really skinny, like sick skinny. I don't know why, but yeah, I chose those Barbie dolls. They had beautiful blonde hair, they had like blue eyes and green eyes, and it just wasn't me. It just was not who I looked like. So how do we expect our little girls or our children to feel good about themselves if the stories that they hear, the books that they read, or the books that are used to educate them, or even the toys that they play with, do not represent them? I, as a child, because I lacked all of those things, I felt invisible, I felt like I didn't exist, I felt ugly. Still using myself as a personal example, fast forward a couple years later, I still don't have straight long hair. I don't have colored eyes, and I'm still not, and I'm probably never going to be a size 0. But what I did realize that there's a difference between a pretty woman and a beautiful woman. So you're probably asking yourself, what is she talking about? What's the difference between a pretty woman and a beautiful woman? To me, how I came to that realization was just accepting the fact that I could never look like what the standard of beauty apparently is. I am a black woman who is never going to become white. As much as I would bleach, there's no way I can look like a Caucasian woman. So I decided to make that difference. A pretty woman to me is what the standard of beauty is. A pretty woman to me, she is just as beautiful, but she's not realistic because she doesn't represent the entire world. A beautiful woman, although represents the entire world, a beautiful woman is also a pretty woman, but she has a lot more. When I decided to become a beautiful woman, I decided to become a woman of God. I decided to be a woman full of grace. I decided to be a woman who loved the world. I decided to be a woman who cared about people and who was passionate and who just was a complete woman. So now, I decided to be that woman that when she walks, strolls into a room, her presence is felt, and it's not just about her physique or her face, but it's about the aura and the energy that she carries with her. That is the woman I want to be. I want to be a beautiful woman. I became a beautiful woman, of course, a beautiful woman, and it became apparent in the way I did carry myself. I was no longer that shy little girl who was insecure about herself and who was unhappy. I love myself, and it's just the truth because I've learned to accept myself. When you start embracing every aspect of yourself and understanding that your flaws don't take anything away from you, but they actually make you unique. Actually, I hate the word flaw. I hate the word flaw because I feel like it takes away the uniqueness that we have as individuals. Your flaw, there's no one else who looks like you in this world. Like, even if you're a twin, the person still does not look exactly like you. So your flaw is not anything that is taken away from you, but it's actually something that adds a lot more to you. I also hate the word flaw because I feel as though when we think we have a flaw, it's because we are already comparing ourselves, what we look like, to that standard of beauty. So let's say I have chunky thighs, or I have a crooked nose. I feel as though this is a flaw because it is not what the standard of beauty dictates. The standard of beauty wants me to be a size 0 with strong long legs, and I don't have that. I have chunky thighs. The standard of beauty wants me to have a straight, perfectly Dr. Miami nose, but what I have is a crooked, beautiful African nose. Why should I feel less of myself, ever? If I am made in the image of the most beautiful being in the world, and that is God. Why should I ever feel less of myself when I'm made in His image? God is the most beautiful person in the world, and why should I ever feel less of myself? No, I will not allow the standards of beauty to take my religion or my beliefs away from me just so they can make some more money off my surgeries, off my makeup, off all these things that I need to buy to seem more like an idea. I'm not an idea, I am a person.
That's right.
When you start embracing every aspect of you that makes you you, you understand that your flaws don't hold you back. As I said, they make you unique. All I'm saying is to show you that you don't need to be a pretty standardized woman to be a beautiful woman. This also shows you indeed that you have the power to control how beautiful you are. You have the power to define how beautiful you are. You're beautiful, and every single one of you in this room embodies what a beautiful woman is. Let us aim to be a woman who defy every standardized perception of beauty. Let us be women who surpass the requirements that have been set to hold us back or to make us feel like we are less beautiful. Let us be women who can define our own beauty, and we can do all of that by educating ourselves and empowering ourselves. Let us teach our daughters that they are not less worthy because they don't look like Barbie dolls. Let us teach our daughters that they deserve way more than what is being shown to them in the media or in the world or whatever they feel as though they can never have. You can have the whole entire world, and don't ever let anything limit you. I really hope that this talk has changed your perception of yourself, and I hope that others can also speak out on this. I have an 8-year-old little sister, and honestly, it would break my heart to have her go through what I went through as a child. I would hate to see my 8-year-old little sister feel less worthy of herself, over unrealistic perceptions of beauty. And I'm saying it's unrealistic because really, how many women in this world can have the same skin color, can have the same nose, can have the same lips, can look the same, or can be the same size? It's just not possible. We're all completely different women, and we're just as beautiful, just as we are. So, in conclusion, it's not about fitting into the standard of beauty. It's all about being yourself and defining your own beauty and feeling and especially loving the woman that you are. Thank you.